Sergeant Marshal.
We ain't got no marshal.
You got a mayor in this town?
Yep, last I heard.
Nice going, Waco. Work him over, Tom. Nobody says we run a crooked game.
Stand back, mister.
That badge don't mean a thing here in Hondo, Sheriff. You're out of your territory.
Lincoln County is my territory.
Doesn't cut any ice here. This is a town, and I look after things for the railroad.
You got quite a system of law enforcement here.
Beats a badge any day. So you just get back on that horse of yours and ride out of here, Sheriff. I didn't get your name.
Garrett, Pat Garrett. And I'm staying right here.
Well, I'll make it clear to you, Garrett. Anything I do will be backed up by the railroad company. They like this town the way it is. It's gonna stay that way.
Sam Hill took you so long getting here, Garrett?
Well, the county council was hoping to win the railroad's cooperation by leaving them alone for a while.
You'd get more cooperation from a herd of stampeded longhorns.
What happened to your marshal?
Which one? I haven't been able to keep that badge pinned on anybody more than 24 hours. The ones who didn't quit wish they had. You see, the T&O's got a law of their own around here. They call it railroad law. If it's good for the railroad, it's legal.
Who's the head man?
Name of Fallon, construction superintendent. He thinks he's Napoleon or somebody. He holds up in a private car down the railroad tracks. He's got a whole herd of hired guns to back up his play, and he plays rough. Now, just what your plans to change the arrangements?
Well, the T&O has been shoving its tracks across Lincoln County without bothering to pay taxes on the right-of-way.
Well, what have taxes got to do with restoring law and order to my town?
Mayor Haggard, there's more than one way to collect a tax.
Oh! Anyone home around here?
I say, you the mayor around here?
Yes.
I got a big fat complaint to make against the Tucumcari and Otero Railroad Company.
Young man, you and 1,000 other people.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something, mister. I've been robbed, and I want to know what's going to be done about it.
Probably nothing, Billy.
I say, Patrick, what are you doing around here?
Collecting taxes? What are you doing?
I'm delivering 100 head of Mr. Tunnell's cows to the railroad company, and the buzzer that ramrods the outfit down there, he wouldn't pay me for him. He said Mr. Tunnell was going to have to wait till the first of the year, just like everyone else does.
Well, you'll probably have to wait until the first of the year.
Yeah, when I leave this town, I'm going to collect that money, Patrick, even if I have to collect it my own way.
You collect it your way, there'll be some bounty hunters collecting you.
Yeah, well, that's, why don't you collect it for me? And that'll make it nice and legal.
Oh, no, Billy, that's not my job. That's a job for the town marshal.
They don't have a town marshal here, Patrick.
I know.
Yeah?
I know. And they sure could use a good man.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's very funny, yeah.
Mayor Haggard, would you say that this man was qualified to be the town marshal?
Why,
His name is William Bonney, sometimes known as Billy the Kid.
well, yes, indeed. I'd say he certainly is qualified.
William Bonney, you are so constituted and appointed.
Yeah, oh, what are you doing? What's this, a badge?
You'll get used to it, Billy.
Yeah, okay. What if the people in Lincoln got wind of this thing? I'll never live it down.
Cheer up, Billy. The hours are long, the pay is low, and there's always a good chance of getting yourself kicked.
Yeah, wait a minute.
You want your money, don't you?
Yeah, I want my money, yeah.
That is the best way to get it.
all times. I don't want any trouble, Holman. You know that. Tomorrow, the first train makes the maiden run to El Paso. She's got to be on time. The whole contract depends on it.
Mr. Fallon?
Who the devil are you?
My name's Pat Garrett. I'm the sheriff of Lincoln County.
What do you want?
Well, it's a little matter of a tax bill, Mr. Fallon. The T&O Railroad owes the county of Lincoln $8,342.06.
And you're here to collect it.
That's right.
Lincoln County will be lucky if it collects the 6 cents.
Is that a refusal to pay, Mr. Fallon?
The T&O Railroad always pays its debts when it gets ready to.
When's that?
Maybe the end of the year, maybe next year.
Not good enough, Mr. Fallon.
Maybe you'd care to tell me just how you expect to go about collecting this money, Sheriff? Or don't you know the answer to that? You could sue.
But if it's all the same with you, Mr. Fallon, I'd like to collect it sooner than we could with a court battle. Say by noon tomorrow.
Or what, Sheriff? What do you intend to do?
Close you down.
Empty threats, Garrett. I can hire more men than any sheriff.
$8,342.06, Mr. Fallon. Noon tomorrow.
Get out. You're spoiling my appetite.
I brought some witnesses, Garrett. You came to rough up the old man and got shot trying.
You won't live to hear them testify.
Don't wait for him to draw. All right, hold it. Right there.
I decided to keep that job after all, Patrick.
Say, Billy, before we get back into town, I want to have a talk with you.
What's on your mind?
I'm taking on a fight with the railroad. They won't quit until they're on their knees.
I'm with you all the way, Patrick.
You mean that?
I wouldn't say it if I didn't. What are you getting at?
That badge you're wearing. We've done a lot of kidding about it, but there's more to wearing a badge than jokes.
Yeah, I kind of figured that when I pinned it on.
That's all I want to know. I figure the two of us can turn that railroad bunch inside out, and we might just as well start today.
Oh, hello, Garrett. You're just in time. How'd you and Fallon get along? Did you collect any taxes for the county?
I gave him till noon tomorrow.
Uh-huh. Where's the new marshal? He hasn't quit already, has he?
Billy? Oh, no, he's out having some signs painted.
Signs? What for?
Hey, Haggett, the gambling in this town, how much of it is run by the railroads?
Well, just about all of it, I guess. See, by keeping the poor suckers that work for them busted, they only need a payroll big enough to pay them the first time around.
That's the way I figured it. How far are you willing to go to back up your new marshal, Mayor?
The whole way. The whole doggone distance.
Good.
Hey, what do you plan doing?
I'm going to try my luck. Gambling.
Sorry, the game is closed.
Let me look at those. Shaved. What else is rigged around here? Waited. Quiet. All right, listen, everybody. This store is being closed for rigging the games. Everybody out.
All right, you heard what the man said.
All right, come on. Out. How's your hammer in hand holding out, Marshal?
It's all right, it's all right.
Let's go. And this is only the beginning. You can tell your boss we intend to close every chip plant in this town.
Already made monkeys out of you, and there's only 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of the fastest guns in the country.
I'm paying for results, not excuses. I want those saloons open and back in business inside an hour.
Well, you heard what he said. You coming, Holman? Later. Fella?
Fallon sent him back for a showdown.
Come on, Billy. You gentlemen have a permit to hold a parade?
A what?
You're under arrest for holding a parade without a permit.
What do you mean a parade? We was just riding into town.
Looked like a parade to me. What do you think, Marshal?
Well, if that wasn't a parade, I ain't never seen one, Patrick.
You're local. You can't get away with a crazy charge like that.
What do you think, Marshal?
Better get off your ponies.
All right, down. There's no workable jail in town. This'll have to do. Inside.
All right.
You here to pay your back taxes, Mr. Fallon?
You know why I'm here. If my men aren't released at once, you're going to answer to the territorial legislature.
If the T&O will pay the county what it owes it in back taxes, Mr. Fallon, I might drop the charges against your men.
I got news for you. There's a circuit judge due in Honda tomorrow. I'll have my men out on a writ of habeas corpus, and the county can whistle for its tax money.
You know, if he springs his men, I don't see how you'll stop him making that train run to El Paso tomorrow.
It all depends on making the right move, Mayor.
We'll be going in a few minutes.
$12, straight up.
It's 12 o'clock, Mr. Fallon.
So?
The right-of-way taxes, remember?
You're a fool, Garrett.
Judge just signed it.
Good. Now you go get the boys and tell them to barrel down here and teach Garrett a lesson before I...
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Take that chain off that wheel.
Fallon, this engine has been impounded for back taxes.
Get some men over here. Picks, crowbars.
I wouldn't do that. You'd be destroying county property.
You gonna let him get away with this?
I'll get the men. I got a writ of habeas corpus here. Said you gotta turn my men loose. Hurry up. Well, it's signed by Judge Bradley. All right, wise guy, what's the big idea?
Well, they don't have any bars on the windows around here. Didn't want them to wander off, you know.
All right, fellas, let's go.
Like this, go where? What'd you do with the clothes?
Oh, I don't remember what I...
What do you mean you don't remember? You better just start remembering, mister, or I'm...
You find a fault with my memory?
You fool. The men won't come.
What do you mean they won't come?
They haven't got any clothes.
You better pay up, Mr. Fallon.
I'll see you dead first. What do you mean they haven't any clothes?
I'll see if I can find some.
I underestimated you, Garrett. You got me over a barrel. I know when I'm licked. Uh-huh. You hear what I said? You win. Now unlock that wheel.
Where's the money, Mr. Fallon?
I'll pay you when I get to El Paso. Now look, if you don't take my word for this... I don't carry much money, Garrett. Maybe a couple of thousand. We won't even consider that as tax payment. You just keep that for yourself. Maybe later the county can...
Mr. Fallon, you can save yourself a lot of trouble by just paying what's owed.
I took you for a reasonable man. Now, if you don't let the train make this trip, there won't be any company to pay anybody anything.
No.
Well, what do you expect me to do?
Well, for one thing, there's a telegraph office.
All right, now telegraph the home company.
Tell them to deposit the money in the Cattleman's Bank in Santa Fe.
Here it is, Garrett. Oh, here he is. Here it is. Confirmation from the bank in Santa Fe that the money's been deposited. Now get that chain off.
Come from the Cattleman's Bank, man? It sure did, Garrett.
Hurry up, will you?
$8,342. Where's the 6 cents?
Blast the 6 cents. Get that chain off.
to vacate the jail after being released, sir. Had to force him.
Marshal, I'm glad you're here. Mr. Fallon has a couple of $1,000 he'd like to pay you for Mr. Tundle's cattle.
Get moved.
Just make sure that our paths never cross.
Billy, you're not quitting.
I got my money, you got his badge, and you got your taxes.
All right, Billy, what do you want to talk about? You change your mind about that job?
No, nothing like that. I'm just thinking, I got over $2,000 on me now.
Mr. Tundle's money.
Yeah, I know that. I know. I'm just thinking what it'd be like to sit down on fast hand of poker with that kind of loot backing you up. Yeah.
Billy, you keep thinking like that, and I'll be cleaning out a cell for you.
Yeah, well, you gotta lose to get in trouble. And I never lose.
One of these days, somebody's going to catch you with that crooked deck.
What do you mean, crooked?
It's marked, plainer than the road from here to Santa Fe.
Oh, you know darn well that ain't true, Patrick. But if you spread that around, I just might be forced to live on that 40 a month Tundle pays me.
Billy, I've got work to do. Why don't you cut out for home? And don't get mixed up in any card games here in town. If I so much as see you near one of those saloons, I'll lock you out.
No, I ain't gonna hang around, Patrick. See what I was getting at? I got $2,000 right now, and you got that $8,000 from the tax money. And,
Billy.
yeah, no, it's fine. It's just a little rip-roaring card game, see? And I'd even be willing to lend you my own deck. And in a couple hours, Patrick, we might even get stakes for our own little ranch. Yeah, all right. Some men just don't want to get rich.